Hello everyone, welcome back, and I have absolutely no idea where we last left you. I do actually. Terminator. We'd be at Terminator on the third day. We didn't film anything on the final day because it absolutely hammered it down pretty much most of the day. Even the bands were washed out most of the part. But if you haven't seen the Terminator video, I'll put it up here. Make sure you watch it. So what happened then? Well, we're on the ferry now, which is a miracle in itself. So we've had a really rough few days. We left Terminator, went and did our washing, washed our smalls, did a bit of shopping, left Tolmin. Can't remember the timeline here. Sunday. So we left Tolmin on Sunday. It's Thursday today. Wednesday? Thursday today. Yeah, so we left Tolmin, travelled up through Italy, and we got so far, I can't remember, we got to a place called RAC in Austria. We got that far, which was about 4 hours, and we had our worst nightmare happen, and the engine light come on. Stop engine, check engine light, orange steady light. So now I know in the UK that means just stop when you can, just get the engine checked, but you can drive. But when you're 1,500 miles away from home, well, 1,900 miles away from home, we wanted to get it checked. We didn't want to drive on it, and we'd been losing a bit of power as well, especially up hills. We was like, oh God, this is nightmare. Which is not ideal when you're in Austria, because Austrian drivers are psychopaths. Anyway, especially lorry drivers, getting up your arse, papping me, basically trying to run us off the road because we're going so slow. So thought we need to get it sorted. So we pulled over, phoned the RAC. Luckily we got RAC European cover, and they were brilliant. So no worries, we can get you hotels, we can get you this, that and the other. But we'll send, so in Europe they don't come out and fix it like they do in the UK, or try and fix it. They automatically just recover you to the nearest garage. So he's like, right, fine, no worries, that's good. So he was in the services in Villach, or just outside Villach, about 10 minutes outside Villach, motorway service station. And eventually, after 7 hours, it was 1 o'clock in the morning, they finally came, recovered us to this garage, said we could stay in their garage compound overnight and we'll sort you out in the morning. Okay, fine. Bear in mind, all we wanted really was somebody to just plug it in, see what it was. You know, in the UK, they'd just come to the side of the road and plug it in and go, oh yeah, it's this, be alright, carry on. Which is what we really wanted, but they don't do that in Europe. Anyway, so we slept overnight, stressed out as you can imagine. Gets up in the morning, waited. The RAC kept phoning us, to be fair to them. RAC Europe, he said, what's happening? We'll chase them up. And eventually they told us that they couldn't do anything, we need to take you to another garage, a Citroen garage. It's like, right, okay. So we waited and waited and waited. Eventually, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, they towed us to a Citroen garage. So he gets to the Citroen garage. There was nightmares in between as well. Things like I had to drive the van onto this bloody truck, and they didn't have the right truck. And I literally drove up at one point. I mean, this would never happen in the UK. And literally the whole lorry just tipped up like that. I'm like, oh my God, I thought I was going to die. I thought this just wouldn't happen in the UK, would it? So we had to get another lorry. Anyway, eventually gets us to the Citroen garage. They were very nice, you know, they were alright. Yeah, no worries, we'll get it plugged in, that's what it is. Came out and say it's a turbo boost pressure thing. So we've reprogrammed it, took it for a run, it's alright. Okay, great. So went to McDonald's to celebrate, didn't we? Got on the road. How far did we get? About half an hour up the road. Same problem again. Came on, underpowered. Yeah. So this time we was on a really. We was in Austria. It's all mountains and it's massive inclines like our driving, and we was down to like 20 miles an hour. It's ridiculous, and we had lorries up our arse and I can't do it. So Lindsay immediately googled the nearest Citroen garage. Went round. We got as far as Germany this time, haven't we? So it was a bit longer. So we got to a place called, or just outside a place called Traunstein in Germany. Found a Citroen garage, went there, fantastic, amazing people. Bear in mind there's a proper Citroen dealership with garages and everything on it. Goes in there and said, look, it will be a long wait. He spoke really good English, it's going to be a long wait. I was like, oh, okay. 20 minutes later, yes, can I have the keys? I was like, imagine that in the UK, you'd be like, oh, it's going to be a long wait, it's going to be 3 weeks. But no, fair play to them, got us in. I said, look, if it takes a while, overnight, you can just stay in the car park. Like, brilliant. So, off we trotted to McDonald's again. Walked up to McDonald's, look, it was close to a Mackie D's. Came back, sort of 4:30, 5 o'clock before they closed, and they said, look, we've connected it up, and there's this boost pressure issue. Said it could be this, that. But we've tried a few things, we've cleaned this out, we've done that, we've took it out. And it's still doing it. Right, okay, so great. So he gave us our options. It could be this, could be that, could be that. But they've had bulletins for this and bulletins for that, and they've told them what to do. But it's a big job because they've got to strip each individual component and check it. Oh, okay, so no worries. Anyway, he said you might want to try and organise a flight home because this could take a while. Contact your insurers, etc. Contact the RAC. So we got on the phone, or Lindsay got on the phone, sorted a potential flight back to the UK, sorted a hotel for the night, which is all paid for by the RAC, by the way, Europe. Yeah, so when you're on RAC European cover, you get a vehicle rental, hotel, or flight per day. So if you get stranded, you're never in the shout, basically. And honestly, they couldn't be more helpful. They constantly phone you, make sure you're okay. Can we do this for you? Can we do that? Honestly, they are so good, weren't they? Amazing. Lindsay's working, by the way. So anyway, so right, okay. So off we popped for another bit. Anyway, just as we were about in tears, thinking we've got to fly home and leave the van here at home, you know. He comes out. Oh, we seen the van disappear off. That was it, didn't we? Taking it for a run round, and he was gone a while. We just sort of stood around, sitting about and stuff. And he comes back. This guy gives us the keys. Didn't speak English, this particular fella. And he went, "Can you see man? You see the man?" So, oh, okay. Goes in. And he went, right. So we found Citroen. We found a bulletin from Citroen saying that this boost pressure issue could be a fault in the actual software in the van, and that's what they found. That's what this bulletin was, and this bulletin told them to strip it completely, delete everything off there, completely reload this new software onto it, and it should solve the problem. And they'd done that, and they took it sort of 10 kilometres, and it was all good. But they wanted, can you stay overnight, and tomorrow we're going to take like 30-40 kilometres drive, make sure everything's great. And honestly, they were so helpful. They didn't want us to drive it unless they knew it was good. And you don't get that in the UK. So yeah, that'll be alright now, mate. Just leave and he'd give me 500 quid. It just weren't like that. They were really cared that we had all these mileage. So anyway, so we slept overnight, keeping everything crossed. Off to McDonald's in the morning, got up early, gave them the keys, so they were open at 8. Off up to McDonald's, sat there for a couple of hours in Mackie D's, thinking, oh God, it'd be done by now if it weren't that. Anyway, calls us, "Can you come back?" Oh, okay, this is not going to be really good or really bad. Gets there, right, we took it out for this massive drive round, loads of power, no faults, all good to go. But they couldn't guarantee they wouldn't come back on this line. They've checked everything, they checked all the pipe work, checked this valve, cleaned that valve, done that, and they literally could not find anything to do wrong with a turbo system. And all there must have been a computer error, a computer fault basically, a software error. So the only charges, how much are the charges? 200 and, how many euros to the charges? Just over 200 euros. You can bear in mind they had it for 8 hours of labour, plus the software. You can imagine that in the UK. Well, please. And honestly, I'm going to put a link to them. So if you're ever in Germany and break down, check these guys out, because they were so good to us, weren't they? They were so kind, so nice. We give them a trip afterwards because they've been so good to us. So off we popped, and we thought, right, we've got to catch up with Miles here now. We're going to smash it. So we were 12 hours away from the port, Dunkirk. Thought, let's just get the van home. Let's just get it back now. Let's just get home. We was come back Saturday anyway. We thought, let's just smash the journey out, see how we get on. So yeah, off we pops. And what? How many hours? Lost a little bit of power, but it drove perfectly. More powerful than it's done since I've had the van. I know. I've never. Herman's always been crap on hills. Obviously, there's a bit of weight in it now. It's a camper van. So if you go up a hill, especially some of these brutal hills in Germany and Austria, you know, we were doing 50, 60 up these hills. He's never done that before, ever. So yeah, we smashed out yesterday. We did nearly 7. Yeah, it was like Lindsay just said, you won't be able to hear it because she's working, but it was a fraught journey, because obviously you've always got it in the back of your mind that you've got, 12-hour drive to do, right, on a vehicle that you're hoping is fixed, but may not be. You expect it to blow into smoke. But once we got a few hours into the journey, I think that fear sort of dissipated from me anyway. So if it was going to go tits up, it would have gone tits up by now, because it always has done. Since that light come on for the first time, it came on within a couple of hours and it didn't. So yesterday we drove for 8 hours. Yeah, 10 hours. 10, 11 hours drove yesterday. Just kept stopping, and we got within 2.5 hours of Dunkirk last night. Found a cracking little area actually, not far from Dunkirk. Well, it is, it's about 2.5 hours from Dunkirk. But if you're ever in Belgium and you want to stop over in Belgium, lovely little park up, we've got everything, and it's 10 euros. 10 euros, bargain. And it's got everything there. But yeah, I'll stick that up here as well. Anyway, yeah, so got to the ferry. We're at the ferry, we're on the way back now. Been an amazing trip, absolutely fantastic. I'm not going to let what's happened the last few days overcloud what's been an incredible trip. The weather's been a bit iffy the whole trip really, but it hasn't stopped us doing anything. We've done everything we set out to do, the Sound of Music and the chitty chitty bang bang villages. We've been to Maiden, Priest, Tolminate was amazing. Although Tolminate the weather was brilliant one minute and then crap the next, brilliant crap. But we managed to do everything. I wanted to swim in the Solcho River, which I've managed to do quite a few times. Seen all the bands. It was an amazing festival, absolutely incredible festival. Met some brilliant people. Shout out to what's his name, Roman, and his channel, and I put the link to his channel up here, and his wife Naomi and his 2 amazing kids. They rock. You rock, kids. So yeah, but yeah, we're on the ferry now. We're going to get back, drive back. Got a 3-hour drive off the ferry. So yeah, for yesterday, 12 hours yesterday, or 11 hours yesterday, 3 hours this morning, 3 hours when I get off the ferry, have 16 hours under my belt and 2,000 miles. Oh, knackered I am. But the purpose of this video, if you're travelling to Europe, especially if you've got an older van like we have, get yourself RAC European cover. Because if, God forbid, the worst comes to worst and you do break down, I cannot recommend the RAC enough. They have been absolutely unbelievably good. I cannot stress how good they've been. They're constantly on the phone, constantly phoning you. Are you okay? Do you need anything? But they've been absolutely brilliant. Get yourself RAC European cover. That is important. Get your van service like we did. We had a service before we came out. But yeah, just take all the precautions. And one thing that's come out of this trip is don't be frightened to just turn up at we got Citroen, so we turned up at a Citroen garage, and they couldn't have been nicer, to be fair. They're amazing, always there to help straight away. And they're really used to camper vans in Europe as well. Every garage we went to was full of camper vans, weren't it? Just being fixed. So they obviously, that area, it's Alpine, the Alps, that's all, it's camper vans everywhere, so they're obviously a lot of them breaking down and turning up at Citroen garages, and they don't mind, they're brilliant with it. So yeah. Yeah, all the rest of the videos I will upload, with the sound of music and all that, all the various other videos. I haven't got around to doing any of them yet. I think we uploaded one, which was the Rothenburg one, so if you haven't seen that, check that out there. It's a good video if you like Bang Bang especially. Yeah, but the rest will be following, will be coming up at some point. But yeah, this is just a warning. Get yourself cover. Don't leave yourself, because imagine if we didn't have our RAC cover when we was out there, we'd have been in trouble, man. Big time. Done better thinking about it. Don't come to Europe without our cover. Don't. So yeah, anyway, I'll catch you all later. We're on the way back to the UK. A few days with our beautiful, wonderful kids and grandkids, which I'm desperate to see. And then Wednesday, good start, baby, which will be recorded and sorted if I can be arsed and ain't too pissed. So anyway, like, subscribe. Go on, like, subscribe. Go on, it's free. Just click it. Say subscribe. Sit. Go on. Yeah, no, well done. And leave a comment. I'll leave a comment. No, I'm not a knobhead. Leave a comment. Alright. See you later. Bye.